proceed with our first or second keynote speaker for this second half of our convention. He will give us a talk on herbal plants and medicines. Please welcome the President of the Well Family Partnerships Foundation Incorporated, Dr. Carlito C. Vicente.
Actually, parang palaking butas po at this point. Kasi yung speaker sana, wala pa dito. But at any rate, I've been requested by some of our friends to talk about herbal medicine. It's a topic that's quite malayo sa specialty ko because by profession, I'm a general surgeon. But through the years, I have discovered that the use of Western medicine is getting to be very expensive. And if you know, there's a saying by Goethe, the hardest thing to see is what is in front of your eyes. A lot of times we don't recognize the value of things that we have with us until it is gone. Kaya nga yung palagi kong sinasabi, count your blessings, not your misgivings. I'm going to talk about a very common plant. These tiny leaves could save millions of lives. The former Secretary of Health, Dr. Derek, whenever he goes around, keep on talking about the moringa plant. The malunggay, kamunggay, is the moringa olifera that I am talking about. It's so common that we take it for granted. But in a lot of houses, especially I think in Cebu, there was a time na lahat ng bahay doon may talagang malunggay o kamunggay. Di ba? Grapes. Malaman mo yung pag magpunta ka sa isang lugar, malaman mo kung yung nakatira doon, Cebuano o hindi. Pag Cebuano yun, sigurado ka, doon sa backyard niya may malunggay yan. Kahit na yung medyo mayaman na, meron pa rin malunggay. I'm sure that we are very familiar with this tree. It can grow really big. And because at times it is just with us, we take it for granted. But for a long time, the moringa plant has been the mainstay of the ancient world. In fact, the Ayurveda text of Indian medicine, which is existing even before the time of Christ, mentions about 300 illnesses that can be cured with moringa. So all the way from disease prevention, ointment, alley cropping, tanning, dyeing, fiber product, etc. And in fact, today, the Philippine government is looking at the moringa seeds as a source of biofuel, biodiesel. And what they're saying is that the oil of moringa or malunggay is even better than the tropa. Alam niyo kung ano yung tropa? Hindi niyo alam? Ano ba sa Bisaya yun? Ha? Ha? Tuba-tuba. So there are a lot of things that are so common with us. Nakakatuwa how we don't recognize the value of them. And that's the reason why I said my talk today is revisiting nature. And but as far as moringa, there is something unique about it because there's a huge body of scientific knowledge that's coming out. It's unfortunate that it's not filtering through kasi parang it's being garbled by the things that we heard from pharmaceutical big companies, especially multinational companies coming from the stage. So, what is the nutritional value of malunggay? Scientifically, gram for gram, a gram of moringa malunggay has 7 times the vitamin C in oranges, 4 times the vitamin A in carrots, 4 times the calcium in milk, 4 times the potassium in bananas, and 2 times the protein of yogurt. A lot of you who are dieting, di ba hindi na halos kayo kumakain yogurt kayo ng yogurt? Siguro, maybe you think about putting a patina of moringa whenever you feel hungry, 2 or 3 cups that will give you enough protein for your body. Tingnan mo si Betty, gano'n siya ng gano'n. Supported talaga ito ng moringa. She's a diabetic and I think she is a living testimony of the value of moringa. Having a moringa plant or a malunggay in your house is like having growing multivitamins in your doorstep. Because it has vitamin A, it has vitamin B1, B2, B3, vitamin C, calcium, chromium, copper, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, protein, and zinc. I don't know if some of you have seen a show by sa GNA. Lumabas itong siguro 3 or 4 years ago. Si Neil and hindi si Jay, yung bago na yung kapartner. Neil and Joey. Lumabas yan. It's a rare plant to be a source of a lot of essential amino acids. In fact, moringa contains arginine and histidine, 2 amino acids that are especially important in infants. This is just a comparison between the malunggay leaves that are fresh and the malunggay leaves that are dry. As far as vitamin A, the dried leaves contain more vitamin A, gram per gram. But of course, we know that when you dry the leaves of moringa, almost, yung may iwan doon is only about 25% lang. 20%. So kung meron kang 1,000 grams, magiging 250 grams lang siya. But in terms of content, sobrang-sobra naman. Calcium, it is, as I said, 4 times the calcium in milk. Kaya minsan tinibiro kayo may isa na doon sa Davao. Kasi doon sa Department of Education, may campaign sila eh. 2 glasses of milk a day for school children. Maka siguro ulitin na lang yun na milk na. Moringa na lang. In terms of iron, tingnan mo yung iron ng dried leaves compared to the fresh. 85 milligrams to almost 250 milligrams. So, talagang significant. In fact, it has more iron than the spinach. Those of you who belong to my age, you've been reading Pakay. Pakay kasi Norman, di ba? Ang gusto ni Pakay magsundok kung may kalaban siya. Umiinom siya ng spinach. Supposedly it's because of the iron in the spinach yan. And of course, protein. So in terms of usefulness, ang dami talaga ng gamit ng moringa, the leaves for nutrition and medicine. Ang tree naman, karamihan ginagamit lang for alley-cropping. Yung may mga bahay kayo dyan na gusto mo ng mga dinderos, tinatanim ang malunggay, di ba? It's also being used for erosion control. The flowers, they say, are also good medicine. The pods for nutrition and medicine. Actually, yung pods, yung seeds niya, I don't know if you're aware that there's a plantation, I think, that's being set up somewhere in Luzon for a biodiesel plant.